Flying the VL3 is just spectacular.
If you want a fighter jet experience, just grab a VL3, right? Exactly.
But how on earth do they create these amazing aircraft?
Special. B is too short.
Find out how on this episode of For Fun Flyer. Hi everyone and welcome back to For Fun Flyer, to the second episode of this 3-episode series on the VL3 and the creators of this spectacular airplane, JMB Aircraft. On the previous episode, the first of this mini-series, you learned all about the history of the company and the VL3, firsthand from one of the founders of the company, the engineers of the airplane, and the designer and quality manager. If you didn't watch that video, I would like to suggest to do that before watching this one, as the story progresses throughout this series. To do that, follow the link in the upper right hand corner of the screen or down below in the description of this video. But don't forget to circle back to this one once you're done with the previous video, as we're about to see how the VL3 is being designed and created from only raw materials. To do things in the right order, let's start this video with the designer of the VL3 to talk about the process of converting the wishes of customers into early design concepts, being the basis of every new airplane.
Hello, my name is François Stellandre. I'm the responsible for design for JMB Aircraft and also the quality manager. My job is really to try and catch the ideas of the owner, of the future owner, and create the plane that he really wants, the plane that he dreams.
And so how does that normally work? Do all the customers have this really strict idea of what they want on an airplane? Or?
No, and it's why we create 3 different kind of options. We call this special painting, we call this ultimate painting, and then we create 3 different versions. Okay. We create the ultimate JMB, the ultimate 3, and the ultimate 1. What means ultimate JMB is that sometimes we have owners who don't know where to go. They want to have a special painting, but they don't have any idea. They just trust me. I love it, to be honest. They trust me, but I try to add more and more. But for the moment, we have 8 different designs done in the ultimate JMB. Okay. And with this design, we can play with the colors. Otherwise, we have also customers which are coming with really special ideas that they know where they want to go. And for this, we divide this in 2 options, the ultimate 3 or the ultimate 1. Okay. If the customer really wants to have some one of a kind that nobody will have, then he will select the ultimate 1. A little bit more expensive, but you are sure by contract that nobody will have the same plane.
Once the design concepts are finalized, the process of physically creating the airplane begins. I specifically use the term creating, as each VL3 is created from only raw materials, which is all done at their factory in Choceň, in the eastern part of the Czech Republic. Let's find out how the VL3 is created by talking to the production manager of JMB Aircraft.
So I'm William Jonet, I'm the production manager of JMB Aircraft. I'm trying to produce a plane every 4 working days, so it's been about 60 aircraft a year, and this is where everything begins. This is where we have about 160 molds from the small part to the biggest part, so we have a team here producing sets that we will put later on bigger mold for semi-finished part that we will input into the bigger mold. This is a negative part, so they are made by hand. We are now working on new technology, but they are made by hand. Once it's ready, we unmold it completely. Okay. We have to adjust it. There is always some small part that we have to rebrush, recut to fit perfectly in the plane. Okay. We are also controlling the weight of every part going to the fuselage. Yeah. So from those fabrics, we cut them on the good shape to fit to the mold, to the negative of the fuselage. Yeah. And once it's done, we impregnate them. We make wet lamination, so we have resin and hardener, kind of a glue that we use to make it extremely strong or light. So we use vacuum wet lamination with vacuum, so it dry about 12-24 hours under the vacuum, because the air is our biggest enemy.
With bubbles.
With bubbles. It can also make weaker the parts if you leave too much air inside.
After the lamination and finishing of the complete airframe is done, All the systems have to be installed on the aircraft, from engine and subsystems that come along with it, to landing gear, control systems and avionics. All is done at the final assembly line, where every VL3 progresses onto a piece of flying art.
So my name is Lucas Bestejevsky. I'm the sales manager here for JMB Aircraft. So my role at the company is to help all our partners around the world with all the sales contracts and sales agenda, and also expand the company to new markets where we don't have current partners. So here we're in final assembly, which is my personal favorite part of the company, because this is where you see pretty much the aircraft come together. So at this stage is where we get all the painted fuselages, and we start to install the landing gear, the electronics, the avionics, the engine, and kind of put all the fit and finishes onto the aircraft. And this is where the kind of true customization starts. So when you walk through the final assembly line, or when you see the airplanes at the end of the line, you'll see, airplanes with a G3X, GTN 650, 750 maybe. You see all the different kind of variations that we're capable to build here. When it enters the door and it makes its way all the way to the left, you have the finished product, and it's ready for test flight at that point. So they do an engine run up here at the factory. And then we transport the airplane to our airport, or our airport nearest to us, and where we conduct the test flight. It's one thing, to customize your airplane on a piece of paper, but then when you see live examples of what's possible, it really just puts it into perspective.
Then we have the Ultimate 3, and this means that I will be in contact with the future owner to find the best design. I will try to catch all the ideas that the customer have, and I will make an interpretation of it. If you select the Ultimate 3, it means that we make your design as you want, but if somebody like it, I can copy it. And that's why we have then the Ultimate 1, which is for sure it will be your plane and your idea. First I make the simulation, as you can see on my computer. I make the simulation, then the customer will accept and make a validation of the design. Then I can start to work with my team in finishing, and so we make different meetings with the painters, the colleague who will help me to make the lines on the plane, and we want to be sure to respect exactly the design that we confirm with the customer. Even if sometimes the customer will another customer will take the same design, it's always have a small variation, because it's handmade and it's really customized. It's hard, and it is always a challenge. It's why it's funny, because and at the end, when the plane is going out of the factory and is delivered to the customer, and then you see the smile on the face of the customer. But voilà. Job is done. We try to have a good rotation, good selection of parts. We have 3 steps basically. We have the lamination, the finishing, and the assembly line. And test flight right after. So it takes basically per plane about 5 months to make the full process. The assembly process is all along the different departments, but the final assembly, we call it like this. This is for the control lines, the instrument panel, and all those stuff. It's really at the final step. This is the 5-6 last weeks of the production, basically. Here, the composite part will take the most time on all production. This is about 60% of the time it's made from lamination. Almost nothing is made outside the company, so that's really interesting to see the process here to see the evolution of the plane during the.
So the 912, so it's a standard 100 horsepower engine, dual carburetors. The next step up, you have the 914, which is 115 horsepower, dual carburetors, and then you kind of have the flagship model, which is the 915 IS engine, which is fuel injected. The base VL3 with the 100 horsepower, it's still very, very fast. So you'll still do 280 kilometers an hour, just about, airspeed. But then as you move up to the higher engines, it's just night and day. There's just so much more power and available power for takeoff, and their climb rate, it just increases tremendously. And also the cruise speed just almost increases by 100 kilometers an hour, which is absolutely insane. From 0 to 18,000 feet, you have enormous amounts of power. The plane will fly, at 2,000 feet per minute, almost all the way up to 18,000 feet. It's actually quite funny when we were doing the initial testing of the airplane. ATC asked us to slow down the climb because we were climbing too quickly. We've been inputting it into the airplane since April 2020, so it's a little bit over a year now that we've been operating it. Our demo aircraft has well over 200 hours. I think it's actually nearing 300 hours, and it's been basically without issue. Of course, we've done routine maintenance on it. We've flown this airplane almost everywhere in Europe, from Czech Republic to Romania to Ibiza to Belgium to the UK.
This design for the fuselage, I will spend 2 days to make the lines. With 2 guys, we spend 2 days to do it, and then start the painting process. Painting process means also 2 days. We don't paint color on colors. We will paint first let's say the silver, then the orange, then the dark gray. We do this to save weight. It's more work to do it, but at the end we have a lighter plane, and it's what we are looking for. For the VL3 with a special design, we will speak about 700 hours of handwork. So it's a lot of time, but the customer deserves to have the perfection. It's really what we are looking for. So when everything is done, I will check to the millimeters to be sure that everything is done like it should be. We love nice things, so we do nice things. This is how we work.
When we're entering new markets, that's our first concern, is to find not only a sales partner, but to find a maintenance facility who can inspect the airplane or perform maintenance on the airplane. Sometimes that can be difficult, but the amount of Rotaxes flying in the world just seems to be going up and up every year, which is a good sign. And now I think even more maintenance centers are starting to accept and perform service on them. In the light aircraft category, every airplane almost has a Rotax here, so you have no issues in service and maintenance on Rotax.
So as you can see here, next to me is one of the limited 915 VL3 that we did for one of the customers. And as I told you, we pushed really to the limit with the customization. As you can see, we have the tip of propeller follow the color of the plane. We take the lucky number of the customer because with the race spirit. So it's really, we put a lot of energy and details to really give the feeling to the owner that it's his own plane and that he did it by himself, with me of course, that we work together. I create the exterior design, but I create also interior design. So I make different seats. Now we have already 6 models in the catalog of JMB. We play with different kind of color. We work with a high quality of leather. And for this we have 25 colors that we can play with, perforated, non-perforated. We play with the color of the stitches, the color of the logo. Everything is possible. Everything. There is no limits. But regarding the finishing and the painting, the most difficult is to have this quality of finishing where you don't see any orange skin, you don't feel any connection. But this is because of a way how to prepare and how to brush the part.
The best place to go is to go to jmbaircraft.com. Then you can click on the contact section and you can find partners in your area. If there's not a partner available in your area, you contact us directly, and if you're nearby somewhere that we can fly to you, we'll send an airplane in your location to perform a demo flight. Or you're always welcome to come visit the factory, which we highly recommend.
It's cool.
It's absolutely fantastic. And plus, you don't just get to see the airplane, but you get to meet the people behind the airplane. And I think that's a really important part of the experience.
I love it. I definitely love it.
And you recently got your pilot license as well?
Yeah, exactly.
On a side note,
I'm flying now ultralight license, and I'm also passing my PPL in parallel.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Congratulations with that.
Thank you.
Luckily, I have to thank YouTube for this. That they know I like aviation clips, and they put a Fun Flyers channel right on my homepage. And I saw I think the first picture, in the video, it was in a VL3, and I was like, I haven't seen this video with the VL3 yet, so of course I had to click on it immediately, and I saw Yolmer with one of our associates or one of our partners from Belgium, Sebastian, and he was giving Yolmer a demo flight of the 912, and I just saw so much enthusiasm in Yolmer, and I said, oh my god, like if he's so enthusiastic about the 912, I need to get him down here to the factory and fly the 915.
So now you know about the process of creating the VL3, from early design concepts to final assembly. Still to come on this 3-episode mini-series is flying the Rotax 915 powered VL3, which is even more spectacular than the one I flew back in September, which had only 100 horsepower instead of the 140 plus horsepower of the 915 version. So don't miss out on future episodes by subscribing to my YouTube channel and to hit the notification button to get a message when these episodes go live. Thanks for watching and see you next time.